welcome. You're watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show in the world. I'm your host, Rocky Foré, here as always with the Steamroller. How you doing, Steehn?
Good, Rock. Fighting a little cold, but I'm all right. And yourself, you sound pretty excited.
I am very excited. You know what? I just want to let you know that I solved all of our money problems.
Oh, yeah? Did your magic bean sprout money trees?
Now, I wish. I still check on them and water them every day, but something better than that, NFTs.
NFTs. Do you even know what that stands for?
Well, since this is a family show, I'll just say nice freaking turkey.
That is not at all accurate.
Yeah, I don't care. Well, we're all going to be rich. And by that, I mean, I'm going to be rich, and you might get a New Jersey out of the deal.
Whoa, be still my heart. So what is your NFT going to be, Rock?
Hand turkeys.
Hand turkeys. Now, you realize anybody with a hand can make those, right?
Not like these. My turkeys are going to have jobs.
Jobs? Turkeys already have a job, Rock. They sit on my plate and be delicious with mashed potatoes and gravy. That's their job.
No, Steehn, like real jobs. Like, look at this one.
Oh, wow.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother plucker.
I see what you did there.
And not just a cowboy. I did a cop turkey, a construction worker turkey, a Native American turkey, a Navy guy turkey, a biker turkey, and an astronaut turkey.
So basically, you did the village turkey.
I knew you were going to say that. That's why I did an astronaut turkey. There's no astronaut in the village, people.
You got me there, Rocky. But wait a minute. Don't NFTs all have to be unique?
I got you covered there, Steamroller. See how on the cowboy hat there's a little red band?
Yeah.
Well, the others have a blue band, or a yellow band, or an orange band, or a green band.
Yeah, I got it.
Whew, I was running out of colors.
Sounds like you've really got it figured out, Rock.
You know it, and I feel like you are this close to getting a New Jersey.
Hey, that's weird. I feel like I'm going to be wearing this jersey for about 5 more seasons. You know what? Why don't we talk a little football?
All your eyes, they tell the truth. All the line from me to you. We know it's tangled up in blue. What if we unravel? We could go anywhere to get this soon.
All right, Rocky, let's talk some football. We're going to bring on our young gun handicappers here coming right up. But before we do it, got to pay the bills, man. So I want to remind you guys to check out nohouseadvantage.com. Simply put, it is fantasy sports redefined. You can bet on player props, over-unders against the house for a chance to win up to 21 times your bet. Or you can play against regular players like yourself for cash prizes. Go to nohouseadvantage.com or download the No House Advantage app. Make sure you use the code W&W for a first deposit bonus up to and including $50. And, of course, I want to hear from you guys in the comments section, and we're going to make it worth your while, at least for one of you, because every week we give away $100 cash money to the person who we draw in our random drawing. We do our random drawing every Thursday from everybody that's commented on our video, so make sure you drop a comment. Let us know what you think of the show. Let us know if we're talentless people wasting your time. That was a comment from last week. Rocky I think he's still laughing about it because we read
I'm fucking talented.
We read most of the comments, especially if they're good. So, get a chance, you can get yourself on the air. Let us know what you're playing. Let us know what you think of this week and all that. So anyway, do that. Chance to win $100. All right. So as promised, here are two of the finest young handicappers at winnersandwhiners.com. I'm going to start off, as I always do, in the Rocky Mountains. He's been walking around with a little extra swagger in his step because they brought in Coach Prime to his alma mater. You know him, you love him, and if you follow him on his YouTube videos or on Twitter, you know the kid's been crushing it. It's Mason Folz. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Steehn? I hope you're doing all right, starting to feel a little bit better. I'm really excited about this week of NFL games. Just can't wait to see how well we do.
Going to be cold out there. That's the word. The bird is the word, and the word is cold. But a man that doesn't know anything, well, I don't know, man. It's even going to be cold. I've heard it's going to be negative wind chills in Austin. So we'll find out what Houston's forecast is looking like. This fella, he's originally from Ohio, Ohio. He's a big Browns guy, still lamenting over the loss of Baker Mayfield, I'm sure. It's David Delano. What's up, buddy?
Going on, Steehn? I decided to join the fanboy club today with my gear on. Excited to be here. We've been having a little bit of Ohio weather in Houston right now. It's mid to low 40s, pretty wet. So not going to complain. It could be worse, but it's definitely not shorts and flip flop or beach weather by any means.
Did you make it out to the Texans Chiefs game? I know you're living there in Houston, but you occasionally take in a game. Did you go see the finest team in football?
The
No,
Texans?
well, I was watching Red Zone, so I saw a bit of that along with the other games. But no, I did not make the trip out.
All right, very good. Well, I'm excited to talk to you about this week's slate. Key word of the week, boys, going to be weather. Weather. We're going to be talking about it a lot. There's a good chance wherever you're watching this from, if you're in the United States, when you're checking this out right now, it is damn cold wherever you are. So make yourself some hot chocolate, curl up by the fire, listen to some of the hottest NFL takes you're going to find anywhere. All right, so let's get rolling, everybody, shall we? Let's talk about, as we always do, that Thursday night game, and this is going to be the Jaguars and the Jets there in the Meadowlands. This game has gone to pick 'em. 37.5 is the number. Going to be the first time we're talking about weather, but not the last. 15 to 25 mile an hour winds, steady rain, 47 degrees. You know, the Jets have thrown the ball a little bit more the last few weeks, but it hasn't necessarily translated into points. I think this pass defense matches up pretty well with the Jags. Normally, two offenses who throw the ball as much as these do, I think we'd be all over the over, but they're not particularly efficient, and the weather, I think, is going to be a huge factor. You're going to hear me say this a lot. Give me the under 37.5.
Yes, Dean, if I was going to take a totals pick, I'd have to go with the under 2. But I'm actually going to pick a side in this one. So I like Jacksonville. I know they've struggled to run at different times this season, but the Jets continue to just fall on their face when they need a big play like the Jets always seem to do. I see that trend continuing, and I see the Jaguars continuing to win as they're going to stay hot and win this game outright.
I'm going to go with the Jags as well. This is a bit of a tough one, trusting Jacksonville in this weather, but I'm going to lean on them right here. This is a big game for both teams, mostly due to the coaching and the quarterback advantage. Robert Slay didn't show a whole lot of confidence in Zach Wilson, the way that they managed the timeouts at the end of that game against the Lions. Also, the way that Trevor Lawrence is playing, it's hard to go against him there. And Jacksonville's been doing a great job of protecting Lawrence. He's only been sacked a total of one time over the last two weeks, where Wilson has been sacked 4 times in each of his last 2 starts. I think that this is going to come down to quarterback play and coaching. Right now, I'm leaning on the Jags to cover.
I feel like such an idiot. I said the Jaguars were the Jaguars and last week, and they beat the Cowboys. You know what? Trevor Lawrence has been looking good ever since people were finally decided that Trevor Lawrence wasn't good. And Zach Wilson this week is going to prove to the remaining 4 Zach Wilson fans, his siblings, that he's not good. I like the Jaguars in this one.
Okay, very good. I would also lean Jags on the side if I weren't playing the total there.
I also would like the over. I think it's going to be a 21-17 game. That's 38 points.
Nothing wrong with your math skills, buddy. Nicely done. All right, because this is Christmas weekend, the bulk of the NFL games are on Saturday. See, right there, if you didn't know that, that's worth watching the video for right there, because you'd wake up Sunday morning and you'd be seeing all the highlights. You're like, when did this happen? So this is your first Saturday game, and it's going to be an indoor game. We don't have to worry about the weather in Minnesota unless you're trying to get to the game. They're hosting the Giants. Yes.
But Minnesota has a history of having weather inside their stadium, am I right?
Yeah, when those roofs get heavy. It's a cool stadium. We went up there for a Royals game, and you go right by the crystal ship there, and it's pretty damn cool because it's basically all glass. I'll tell you what, if a hurricane ever hits or a tornado, they're in trouble. There'll be a lot of glass. That's what I'm saying to you. But they're going to be hosting the San Francisco Giants. 3.5 point favorites are the Vikes. 47.5 is the number. You know, looks like teams may be starting to figure out the old defenses of Wink Martindale up there with the New York Giants, as they've given up 26.8 points per game over their last 5 against teams that weren't the Commanders. What do you make of Minnesota? I don't know, man. They can put points on the board, and I think at some point the Giants are going to have to start throwing the ball more because I think they're going to be playing from behind. The over is hit last 4 for Minnesota, 9 of their last 12. One of the rare ones I'm going to take this week, but I'm going to play over 47.5 in this contest.
I like that, Steehn. That could definitely be a high-scoring game, but I'm going to take the Vikings -3.5 in this one. It's like you said, the Giants are going to have to throw the ball playing from behind, and I just don't believe in Daniel Jones. I know that the Vikings secondary has given up a few big plays, but they're playing with a lot of momentum right now. They're coming off that giant comeback last week. They're kind of rolling, and I'm going to trust Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson in this one, so I'm going to take the Vikings to cover.
I'm with you on this one, Steehn. I like the over. It opened up at 45.5. Now it's up to 47.5, but rightfully so. We've got perfect weather conditions. I know you mentioned that the Giants defense is struggling, but it's amazing that Minnesota has the record that they have when right now they're the second worst team in the NFL when it comes to yards allowed per play, the worst team in the NFL when it comes to yards allowed per game. Washington has scored 20 points at least in their last 4. I think they're going to score a bit more in this game. Minnesota showed us last week that they can give up a lot of points in a hurry and that they can also score a lot of points in a hurry. I'm going to go over 47.5 in this one.
It's been said that Carlos Correa is undergoing a medical issue with his physical. I don't think he'll be able to play for the Giants. Also, are we forgetting that the Vikings are a Disney Plus original film? These guys are crazy. They just came back from 33 points. If I was going to bet against the Vikings, I would never bet again in my life. You either bet with the Vikings or you don't bet this game at all. Vikings.
You mentioned Correa. Is he supposed to come back to Minnesota and play DB for this game or something? Or
yeah, we're talking San Francisco Giants, right?
Or we're just getting some just live baseball updates.
Here's a random sports fact for you. Hey, you know what I'm going to give you? I'm going to give you a random sports fact. The Vikings leading their division with a point differential of +2. They are not the worst. They are not the second worst. They are the third worst division leader when it comes to point differential. They're the leaders of the 2 Souths have negative point differentials. That is astounding to me right now. I just have to say that the Titans are -38 for the season, and the Buccaneers are -41. Yeehaw! Love me some parity. It's going to be the Saints at the Browns. The Saints given up just 16.6 points per game over their last 7. Browns defense has been very solid the last few weeks, and none of that matters because it's going to be 13 degrees, snow, and your favorite, it's going to be windy. And it's not just going to be kind of windy. It's going to be nasty windy. 25 to 40 is going to be the wind by the lake. Field goals are out of the question. Long passes are out of the question. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a lot of punts. And it's going to be a lot of punts that go 20 yards. And David, which way does the stadium orient in? It's true north-south, isn't it?
I'll be honest, Steehn, I really don't know off the top of my head.
So you always not only want to look at the wind, but you want to look how the stadium orients. And the reason for that is if the stadium sits north-south and the wind's blowing out of the west, then field goals are going to be out of the question. If it sits east-west, then half the game you're going to be kicking into the wind, half the game you're going to be kicking with the wind. So,
well, the way the Browns have been kicking lately and the way the weather traditionally is in Cleveland, I think it's pretty safe to say field goals are going to be out of the question.
I think I've looked this up. I'm almost sure it sits northwest or north-south. So it's going to be coming from side to side. There's just, dude, the kicking game's just not going to happen. So I have to play the under. It reminds me, David, you'll probably remember, what was the game a few years ago where it was real similar weather conditions, where it was just unbelievably windy, and I think it ended up like 6-3 or something like that.
That was quite a little while ago, but yeah, they did have that 6-3 game. But there have been a lot of, Cleveland gets a couple ugly games like this, at least one a year.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So there's always a 13-9 game or something around that way. I've watched a lot of over the years.
And
But I know
honestly,
you're referring to that game.
I'm glad there's a lot. I'm glad I've got a line on an angle on the total, because I don't really know that I trust either one of these offenses. And the Saints defense has been playing sneaky good, but and they also been playing great competition either. So I'm not sure.
32 points is really low, though.
I know. And I'm not sure what to make of the Browns with Watson. I'm not sure if I keep looking for signs, and I've watched all of his games, and I just don't see him getting a lot better. So for that reason, I have to play the under here. I'm contractually obligated in weather like that to play the under.
Yeah, with weather like this and all the things that you said, Steehn, I'd take the under, but if I was going to take a side, I would lean towards Cleveland -2.5, just because, like David said, they are built for these games. They have one a year that's in the snow, freezing temperatures. They're going to be ready for it. They're going to be prepared. And I trust their running game just a little bit more, as Nick Chubb should get the ball a lot more, and he's going to make a few big plays and end up covering that spread for Cleveland.
Yeah, we know that at the end of the day, some people are not going to play all of these straight up. They're going to do some parlays and things like that. If you do decide to play this game, a little juicy, I would go Browns money line. Just in a game with so few points like this, it's hard to really lay points. So hard to trust the Saints outdoors, bad weather. Looks like Cleveland should win this game convincingly. Now, one thing I will say, a few concerns I do have of Cleveland, even though I'm going to go with the Browns on the money line. Obviously, the offense has been struggling, so there's always a chance when you can't score. You had the win over Tampa Bay. It was an emotional game because it was Jakobi Brissett's last start. He had the emotional win against Houston because it was Deshaun's first game back. Then he had Cincinnati-Baltimore division rivalry games. Now Cleveland has actually won 3 out of 4. You wonder if they might have a letdown against the Saints. Because I think, it's only 2.5, but the Saints really shouldn't have a shot in these conditions. So potential letdown there. Hard to trust Kevin Stefanski, but I'll go Browns money line.
It's hilarious to me that you guys think weather's going to be a factor when the Browns offense can't even score 14 points in the last 2 weeks. The weather's not going to matter. They're going to be bad on offense anyway. And let me tell you, there is one team that has ever beaten weather in NFL history, and it's the Saints in 2007. Right?
All right. Solid.
I'm going with the Saints.
Solid pull there. Nothing like using 15-year-old data to base your handicap on. Well done, Rock. Okay. Let's head to the Carolinas, shall we? As the Panthers entertain the Lions. Lions, road favorite. Somebody start looking that up. Find the last time the Lions were a road favorite. 2.5 points, 43.5 is the number. I've talked about this on this show the last couple of weeks. I'll hit it again. Detroit offense, still very good, but the defense has gotten so much better after giving up 32 points a game over their first 6. They've given up just 19.8 over the last 7. Not surprisingly, in the 7 games, 6-1 straight up, 7-0 ATS. You think I'm going to get in front of that with Sam Darnold? I am not. Give me the Lions -2.5.
Yep, I agree, Steehn. I'm going to roll with the Lions as well. They had that comeback win over the Jets last week. And like you said, their offense continues to click. They're getting the ball to St. Brown consistently. And their dual backfield has been pretty solid with Williams and Swift, as I see them being able to move the ball in the Carolina defense. And on the other side of the ball, I just like their defense because Sam Darnold's playing quarterback is pretty much the main reason why. So I'm fading him, and I'm taking the Lions -3.
I have to agree with you guys. I have to take the Lions to cover as well. The last 5 weeks, looked at the Lions. The Lions have won 4 out of those 5, but they even covered against Buffalo. Those games, each one of them, it looked like, could you trust the Lions? Were the lines a little fishy? But they have answered the call. I'm not going to stand in the way of the Lions against this Carolina team. I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Lions.
I'm going against all of you. I love this Panthers defense. And I hate this Lions defense. I know they've been doing okay, but let me tell you what the Lions do not have. The history of me asking my dad when I was like 5 years old, who's left in the NFL playoffs and me deciding the Panthers were the coolest team left. So I like the Panthers.
All right. We're really pulling out some reasons that you guys probably weren't expecting today to back certain teams. So there you go. All right,
Sometimes
guys.
the world just works in a weird way.
You have made it through the first segment. Congratulations. We do them in 4-game segments. We have 1 down and 3 to go. So, turn down the lights, get somebody that you love really close, and prepare to be scared as we talk about the ghost of Zach Wilson. But we'll be right back after that.
Ew. What are we doing at Mike White's house?
Just wait! Man, I wish I could play today.
But you're too injured, and it's all your stupid line's fault.
Hey, it's no one's fault, okay?
You see, this is how Mike White is gonna celebrate his Christmas.
But that's football, though. Stuff happens.
Yeah, like you paying off the entire offensive line with your family's airline money to get Mike White obliterated.
So he's fine, Jacob Marley. He gets to spend Christmas with his family.
At least we have you here for a week. That's the best present we could have asked for.
Did you get the boys anything?
You know we can't afford any presents on a 5th-rounder's salary.
Well, there's always
You
this.
think a Christmas card from Zach Wilson is going to contain enough money to buy the boys some new warm socks?
Come on, Zach is a good guy.
What'd you write in that card?
What's it say?
It says, Merry Crunchmas, loser. Don't spend it all in one place.
Well, how much did he give you?
$1.
Yikes, you're more far gone than I thought.
Whatever, Jacob Marley. That's the here and now. I've got bigger and better things ahead of me.
Oh, you wanna see the future?
Well, let's just turn off the game and rewatch The White Lotus.
I have seen it too many times.
Kevin, you're down 33-0 right now. What are you thinking?
It doesn't matter. Points don't matter right now. We're sticking with our game script. We're going to keep working on Vikings football.
But you're down so many points.
Points?
So how are you going to come back?
I'm sorry, I do not get it. We're just going to keep making plays and continue working on getting ready for tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Our game against the Colts. We win, we clinch.
Are you joking?
What? Am I joking? No.
Kevin, the game is today.
Don't be so silly. It's Saturday.
Coach, college football is basically over. The NFL is playing today.
And we're down 33-0?
Yes.
Shit.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to kick it right off. We head to New England to take on the Bengals. The Bengals and Patriots get together there in Foxborough. Bengals road favorites, 3.5 points. 41.5 is the total. You know, as a Chiefs fan, it pains me to say this, but Cincinnati looks like the best team in the AFC right now. The Patriots, they played 4 teams with a winning record so far this season. They've lost all 4. They've lost all 4 by an average of 11.7 points per game. I would also posit that none of those teams were playing as well as Cincinnati is right now. Road favorites, don't care. Lay in the wood. Give me Cincinnati minus 3.5.
I agree, Steehn. I'm going to take the Bengals minus 3.5 as well. I think as bad as that last play was for the Patriots, I think it's even going to get worse from here on out as that really hurt their playoff chances. I think they're going to struggle coming back from that one. And like you said, Joe Burrow and the Bengals look scary good right now. I just can't bet against them. So I'm laying the points with the Bengals.
I agree with you guys. Every time I've gone against Cincinnati this year, I've been burned. This last week, I rode with the Bengals. The way the Bengals look, I don't care if the public's on them. I don't care if the line looks fishy. I just don't care. Don't trust the Patriots offense right now. And also wondering, how are they really going to bounce back from that collapse last week against the Raiders? It's Cincinnati or nothing. I'm rolling with the Bengals. No way I'm getting in between this Bengals team right now. Bengals.
Once again, I'm disagreeing with all of you. The worst thing that could happen to the Bengals is the Patriots getting absolutely embarrassed in one single play in the least fundamental way possible. Bill Belichick is going to be so upset. There's no off day on Monday. There's no breaks. They're going to be practicing their little booties off all week, coming in to New England and sending those Bengals back to Ohio. I like the Patriots.
All right. Well, somebody's either going to have a really good week or a really bad week. And if you have a really good week, a lot of us are going to have really bad weeks, Rock. So I'll say good luck on your plays, but not really mean it. Okay. All right. Another Saturday game is the Bills and the Bears get together up there at Soldier Field. Bills going to be 9-point road favorites. 40.5 is the number. Hey, here's a stadium I did look up, and it sits north-south. And why is it relevant? Well, because it's Chicago. It sits on a lake, and the winds are going to be 25 to 35 out of the west. No one is kicking a field goal. Punts are going to be an adventure. I'd lean Bears, since they're probably going to be less affected by not being able to pass. But the under, for me, has to be the play.
Yeah, Steehn, I'd take the under if I was taking a totals pick as well. But I'm going to take a side again, and like you said, I like the Bears +9 in this game. They're playing at home. They can run the ball, and Justin Fields continues to make giant plays to put his teams in good spots. I think the Bills are going to struggle to throw the ball, and they're going to struggle to shut down Fields at different times, and the Bears are going to be able to keep this game within single digits, taking them +9.
I didn't think we all would agree on this one, but I saw this one on Sunday night at Bears +10. I thought about taking it then, but still, I really like the Bears +9. I think that this line is a bit of an overreaction due to the records. But when you really look at this, I mean, the Bills had that Thanksgiving win against the Lions, and since then they've won 3 straight divisional games. I think that this could be a little bit of a letdown spot. Not saying that they don't win, but not to blow the Bears out. The Bears have not played bad football for a team that's lost 7 straight games. They do run the ball very well. The Bears don't want to lose the rest of their games. I think that they're going to give it their best shot. They're going to keep it respectable. I got to take the Bears +9. I think the Bears can keep this game within 7 points.
I'm agreeing with all of you for once. No. The Bills, I'm going to agree with Mike McDaniels' shirt. Who cares about weather? And for one, the Bills, for being the cold weather team, might be the worst team I've ever seen in cold weather. They're terrible when the weather's bad. I don't have the stats to back this up. I'm just speaking. I like the Bears.
All right. Very good. Texans Titans down there in Nashville. Titans 7-point favorites. 38.5 is the number. It's going to be another windy stadium, guys. 18-mile-an-hour plus winds. I don't have any faith in this Tennessee offense that's put up just 16.5 points over their last 4. You look at this Texans team, they lose every game on paper by 30 points. They have no business staying as close as they do with good teams, but I'll tell you what, Dallas and Kansas City barely escape with their lives. I'll take the 7 now, and we'll see what happens with Tannehill. If Willis goes, you got a bargain. Because that number is going to be down to 5.5 or 5. So I'm gonna grab the 7 with this stupid Texans team.
I'm gonna change your little aspect here. I think it's gonna be cold again. Another weather problem we have. I think where I think they're gonna have to run the ball a lot in this game, and I give the Titans that advantage. I see them running all over this Houston Texans run defense. They've struggled all year, and I like Derrick Henry in this game. He's the reason I'm going to take the Titans. I'm going to lay the points.
Tennessee has not been playing well lately. This is another one of those games that when I first saw it open up at Texans +7, I thought about betting it right away. I just was hesitant of how many bad teams I want to rush to bet when there could be injury news later on. But they always play the Titans tough. Out of the last 5 times they played, the Titans have not beaten the Texans by more than a touchdown. At some point, the Texans are going to win another game. Like you said, Steehn, they've been hanging close The defense has been playing well. On paper, they shouldn't be hanging close. Let's make it interesting. I'm going to go Texans money line on this at plus 200 to get it done.
Okay. Wow. There you go. That's a nice wild card shot there. That's like a Rockies proppy right there.
You want a Rockies proppy? I'll give you a Rockies proppy. The Titans, the Tennessee Titans of Tennessee are gonna be up like 30-0 at halftime, and my Rockies proppy is Hassan Haskins gets his first career touchdown.
They're not playing the Houston Krugers.
Doesn't matter. These Texans are tired. They've been trying too hard the last couple weeks. I like the Titans.
Okay, very good. Seahawks Chiefs, right down the road from me. And Chiefs now 10-point favorites. 48 is the number. You know, this Kansas City team has sucked all year against the spread. Seattle, they've sucked against the spread over the last couple of months. But this Kansas City defense, they have a habit of making bad offenses look good. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen with the Seattle offense. Plus, Mahomes, he's just on another level right now. 36 for 41 against the Houston Texans, 20 straight completions to end the game. I think this one goes over the total. Weather will be cold in Kansas City, but it will not be windy. It'll be a high of about 14 degrees with 9-mile-an-hour winds. So while it won't be super compared to some of the other places, it shouldn't be that much of a factor. You're still going to be able to throw the ball. I'll take the over.
I also saw Steehn. Mahomes is now minus 275 on a few books to win the MVP after the Hurts injury. So could be looking to take that if you looked at it earlier in the season. I'm going to take the Seahawks plus 9.5 here. Like you said, I think the Chiefs are going to win this game outright, but they've struggled to cover the spread consistently throughout this season. Geno Smith, he's going to be throwing the ball. He's going to be able to throw the ball. I mean, even though with the colder conditions, I see both of these teams scoring a lot of points. I see it be close, so I'm going to take the Seahawks plus 9.5.
I've been breaking any sports news for all your Royals fans. We've just signed Jordan Lyles to a 2-year deal. That's terrific. One of my favorite fades over the last 4 seasons. Terrific news. David, what do you got?
I agree with both of you guys. Steehn, rolling with I hate to keep saying that. I think that this one I'm leaning on the over, but my favorite play on this one, I'm actually seeing a plus 10. Obviously, it's plus 9.5. You'll be able to find a plus 10 somewhere. I like the Seahawks at plus 10. I think it's interesting that they were only a 3-point underdog last week against the 49ers. I understand it was a rookie quarterback, and I understand that they were at home. They lost that game by 8. Seattle is a desperate team here. I know that they've been fading a little bit, but the Chiefs, like you've said before, I mean, they play with their food a little bit. For the Chiefs to win this game by 11 or more, I'm going to back a desperate Seahawks team that can score some points, and Kansas City has not been dominant to take them out on line like this. So I'm going to back the Seahawks at plus 10.
One thing we've learned about the Chiefs and Andrew Reid is that when he needs to run the ball, he completely forgets to run the ball. The Seahawks cannot stop anybody who's running the ball, which means a perfect equation of the Chiefs having 3 and out after 3 and out, pass, punt, forgetting that Isaiah Pacheco is standing right there next to Andrew Reid, asking for the ball, and I think the Seahawks can at least cover this one. Yeah, I see the Chiefs like getting like 12 rush attempts. That's a Rockies proppy.
Okay, good. Yeah, they ran the ball for I think $187 last week against the worst run defense in the NFL, and now they get the second worst run defense in the NFL. I think they're going to run the ball successfully.
That's the thing, is that they were playing the worst run defense in the NFL, and now they're playing the second worst run defense in the NFL. So what would be the 40 chess move that Andy Reid's going to do? Not run the ball.
Well, that does just sound like some Andy shit, trying to overthink everything. So
there you go.
I just predict a lot of points. So
if you wanted to know what coach in the NFL was me reincarnated, it's Andy Reid.
Okay, fair enough. All right, guys, we'll be right back. We got a couple of things for you to take a look at, including why you should always check the calendar to remember what day you're playing on. You guys, don't forget to drop us a comment. Chance to win $100. You should do it. That's what I'm saying to you. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, JJ, what's good?
Just you 8. What's going on?
That was a hell of a game, huh? 12 catches for 123 yards.
Couldn't have done it without you, my man.
That's very true. So listen, you come to me on the day of my fantasy football championship, and I was thinking, after a game like that, you might be pretty banged up, am I right?
Just the typical bumps and bruises, but gotta be ready for this Sunday. Got those Giants coming to town.
So here's what I'm thinking. Why don't you take the week off and give everything a chance to heal? We want you fresh for the playoffs, huh?
Hey, that's good looking out, and I appreciate it, but I don't want to let the team down.
You don't worry about that. KJ's looking pretty good. After all, it's the Giants.
Right. Man, you're acting weird. You sure nothing else is going on?
I did get a new sleeve.
That's just a fake tattoo sleeve?
Doesn't matter. Okay, look, I'm on a level with you. You know, I'm in that fantasy football league with a lot of other quarterbacks.
Yeah, dude, that's all you talk about.
Anyway, my team, the Kissing Cousins, are playing Russell Wilson's team, the Subway Dwellers, this week.
Yeah, let me guess. He's got yours truly on his team, huh?
See, you get it. Of course, I'm definitely willing to make it worth your while.
Guess it never hurts to listen. What do you got? Rolex, Lambo, briefcase full of cash?
No, something better. Can I interest you in a buy one, get one half off of equal or lesser value on an entree at Red Lobster? For a good Monday through Thursday. Holidays excluded.
Man, I do love popcorn and shrimp, but I think I'll pass.
Wait for 3 and a free. Car wash at the Scaratella Express Wash.
No, I'm good. I appreciate you, but I'll pass. I'm just going to take a shower.
Well, it's a damn shame you didn't take your generous offer.
Yeah, he should have taken La Langosta Roja. Shame gotta come to this.
Hey man, pass me that towel. Wait, what? Who are you?
Hold still.
Why do you have a bat? You can't bring a bat in the shower.
You ever heard of Nancy Kerrigan?
Not the knees! Not the knees!
Should have taken the show. Hello, championship.
Ah! Why? Why? Really?
Hi, happy holidays. Thank you for calling Billboards.com. My name is Terry Trappini. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I have a complaint about a billboard I ordered.
I'm so sorry to hear that, sir. Can I get your name?
It's Jakobi Myers.
Okay, and is that with a Y?
No, that's the problem. It's with an I. They spelled it with a Y, and there's also an and symbol, and it's K.
Oh, okay, sir. I can help you in just 1 second, but let me just pull up your order.
So the problem...
1 second. Okay. All right, there we go. I have an order from a Jakobi and Myers for an injury lawyer billboard.
That's the thing, there's no and, it's just Jakobi Myers.
I apologize about the mispronunciation. So, would you like me to inform Mr. Myers that Jakobi is removing his name from the business?
There's no other person. It's just me, Jakobi Myers.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but the order here says Jakobi and Myers.
That's what I want changed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So, well, once again, I'm sorry for your problem, but once someone types in a name, I can't change it, unfortunately.
Why not?
Oh, well, would you look at that? There's a key on here that deletes letters. Now, you really do learn something every... Oh, my carpal tunnel. So let me just delete this. Boop. Boop, boop. And someone should be out there later next month to fix the billboard.
Next month? Whatever.
Now, is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, do you think this is going to help me get my old job back?
You don't want to be an injury lawyer anymore?
I've never wanted to be one. I want to be a football player. But Bill Belichick is trying to kill me.
Well, is there anything I can do to make your experience better?
Just hold me.
Put you on hold? Okay.
No, wait.
Hey, Barbara, should we do Baja Fresh for lunch or Firehouse Subs?
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're halfway done. Don't forget, we got all of our premium picks ready to rock and roll. Got a lot of great specials going on. Mason's been hot. David's been hot. I'm still selling picks. So make sure that you stop by the expert section over there at winnersandwhiners.com or check the link in the description of the video. Shows how everybody's been doing lately, so you can pick your hottest capper and pick their football package up, pick their week-long package up. Just grab their package. That's what I'm saying to you right here. So as the Baltimore Ravens face the Falcons come to town. Ravens 7.5-point favorite. 37 is the number. Guys, Baltimore team's doing a nice job of limiting the points of offenses, giving them just 10.4 points per game in 5 of their last 6. The one exception was when Jacksonville was able to torch them for 294 through the air and 28 points. I think it might take Desmond Ridder 3 games to get to 294 in the air. They have not taken the handcuffs off of him yet. If you looked at his air yards chart, it is very short, not much down the field, further than 15 yards. I think this one again stays under the total 37. None of these numbers scare me. By the way, I'm under 37 in this one.
Yeah, I know that I wasn't a fan of this game at all when I first looked at the sheet of paper that I had them on, but I'm going to have to stick with the under 2 here. I don't like either of these offense. I'm still unsure if Lamar Jackson's going to be playing in this game. And like you say, Ridder is just not throwing the ball downfield enough to challenge this Ravens secondary. And I trust John Harbaugh to challenge that rookie quarterback. So I'm going to take the under as well.
Well, yeah, I also like the under. I mean, the Ravens have not scored more than 16 points. They've only scored more than 16 points once, I should say, in their last 5 games. And the Falcons have allowed their last 3 opponents to 21 points or less. But I also like the Falcons to cover with the 7 in the hook. I mean, the way that the Ravens offense is playing right now, even if Lamar Jackson plays, if the Falcons can get a touchdown in this game, that may be enough to cover the 7.5. I would not no way I'm laying more than a touchdown with the way that this Ravens team is playing right now. So I like the Falcons at the plus 7.5.
I'm with David on this one. I don't think either team is good enough on offense to get a big enough lead to cover 7.5. So I think they're going to be close to each other. Maybe it's a 17-13 game, 17-10 game. Either way, Falcons, I think, can cover.
All right, very good. I kept waiting for another person to talk, and apparently that's not going to happen. So, all right.
Look, I know that you're sick and you've been seeing 8 people on the screen, but only 4 people are going to talk.
All right, fair enough. Let's talk a little West Coast, shall we? Finally, somewhere where it won't be 5 degrees with a 90-mile-an-hour wind. The Commanders head out to San Francisco to take on the Niners. Niners 7-point favorites. 39 is the total. The San Francisco defense is really, really playing at another level. They have allowed less than 20 points in 12 of their 14 games, including 17 or less in their last 7. Meanwhile, Taylor Heinicke starting to remind people why the Commanders signed Carson Wentz. The offense for the Niners still putting up points. They take a minute against a decent Washington defense, but this San Francisco 49ers defense just isn't going to give up much. I've got to take the Niners minus the 7 here.
I like that pick, Steehn. The Niners have been rolling. I agree with you. I'm actually going to take the under 39.5 points in this one, as I think the Commanders' defense can make Purdy struggle a little bit more than he has the last few weeks, as everyone's starting to crown him pretty early in his career, saying how great he is. Their secondary is better than people think, and they're going to force him to make a few mistakes. And even though I think the 49ers will end up covering, I still think this is going to be an extremely low-scoring game, so I'm going to take the under 39.5.
Well, I can finally disagree on one. I'm not going to say absolutely love it. It's hard to get in the way of the 49ers the way that they've been rolling. But I expect the Washington Commanders to step up, put some pressure on the rookie quarterback. Taylor Heinicke, Ron Rivera said that they could consider going back to Carson Wentz if the team doesn't improve. They really got hosed at the end of the game against the Giants there with that pass interference. Not saying that means everything for this game, but I think that the Commanders are going to show some heart. They really need this game when it comes to the playoff race. And with the +7, even if it comes down to the end, I don't think that this team is going to give up. They've played well on the road this season. I'm going to back the Washington Commanders to cover the 7 in this spot. I think everyone's going to be all over the 49ers, but I think that the Commanders are going to play one of their better games.
Brock Purdy played the Buccaneers, who right now are playing like an afterthought to a trivia question, and the Seahawks, who are the second worst defense in the league. And now he's got to come in and play maybe the most fresh Chase Young has ever felt in his life. That man is going to eat somebody if he's playing. If Chase Young is playing, I like the Commanders.
All right, very good. Let's head to Big D. Take a look at the Cowboys minus the 5.5 as they host the Eagles. 46 is the number. This has been one of the big swings, and of course it was predicated by the fact that it looks like Jalen Hurts not going to be playing here. And I have to admit, guys, I was tempted by the 6 points. Now it's gone down to 5.5, even with Minshew in. But this Philadelphia rushing defense is the one thing that they struggle with the most. 25th in yards per carry, and they are 27th in yards per carry. Or excuse me, they're 25th in yards per carry, giving up 4.7 yards per carry. I will reluctantly back the Cowboys here. Give me Dallas minus 5.5.
Well, Steehn, we can finally say we disagreed on a pick this week, as I'm going to back the Minshew Magic Eagles plus 5.5. As he had that game a few years ago, which I know means nothing, but he put a lot of heart and soul into that game, was very excited after he got the win. I think he's going to show up and be ready to play in this one. They're going to score on this Cowboys defense, as their secondary sure likes to go for a lot of big plays, big interceptions, and they can get burned deep. I see these Eagles receivers making a few plays, ended up covering that spread.
Yeah, so early in the week, but with that news coming out, I'm not sure how I feel about the spread in this game. But one thing that I do think that this total was at 50, and with the injury news to Hurts, I think that the over here has some value still with 46 points. Gardner Minshew, he's got some experience. He's going to give a little bit of a different dynamic that the Cowboys may not be prepared for. The defense has not looked good in the last couple of weeks against Jacksonville, but even more so than that, they didn't look great against Houston. I think that Philadelphia's offense at this point in the season is still going to be able to move the ball with Minshew, and the Cowboys' offense has been rolling. So I think that with the injury, I like the over right here at over 46.
Gardner Minshew is going to prove to about 16 teams why he is worth a second-round pick. Look, these teams starting Jared Goff, Brett Rippon, Davis Mills, all these guys, Andy Dalton, they're going to wonder, why did we not trade for Gardner Minshew when we had the chance? Look, I'd be ashamed if I didn't back my little Cougar boy. I like the Eagles because Gardner Minshew's going to take over this game. He's going to throw for 700 yards again. Let's go.
Okay, very good. I knew you were going to be a Minshew fan. That just so fits. All right, how about a little Raiders Steelers there from the Steel City? Pittsburgh, 2.5 point favorites, 38.5 is the number. You know, weirdly, the numbers on both of these teams are very similar. You think of the Steelers playing great defense, the Raiders playing terrible defense. But if you look at the yards per allowed, both via the run and the pass, they match up pretty well. So you know what? I'm going to take the team that can actually put points on the board. I have more confidence in this Raiders offense right now. They've got some weapons. I'll take the Raiders, and I'll get those 2.5 points.
Ooh, yeah. I'm going to go with the Steelers minus 2.5 here, just simply because the Raiders have looked solid on the offensive side of the field, and I think that's because Josh Jacobs has been moving the ball on the ground, opening up that play-action pass game for Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. But this Steelers front seven is legit. They're going to shut down the run, not let the Raiders move the ball consistently, and I think they're going to throw just enough to score enough points to cover this spread on the road. I also wanted to say that my premium picks, they're also still available. hit my last 3 primetime NFL games. If you guys are looking for some consistent winners, don't forget about those packages as well. So just a little reminder.
Well, when I look at this game, I agree with what you said, Steehn, as far as the team that can actually score points. The play here should be the Raiders, but I don't see myself doing that to myself. This is going to be a hard one for me to get to the window on. Look, I know that these movies are fictional, but something about the Raiders game, I don't know if you remember the movie The Sixth Man or Angels in the Outfield or even Blue Chips, but all of those movies, whenever you're watching a Raiders game, the last couple minutes seems like something out of one of those games. I feel like no matter what side you're on, somebody's going to do something stupid in the last 2 minutes, and one side is going to get lucky, and then everyone who was on that side is going to be a genius. I'm going to back the team with the better coach and just the better culture that has less of a history of doing stupid things and giving the game away. I don't absolutely love it, but I'm going to go, if I was going to play this, I like the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one to cover.
Team doing something stupid. 6-man, Angels in the outfield. Pick the team that doesn't have a history. Yeah, it does appear that David stole my notes. I'm going with whatever he said.
All right, very good. Rock, you want to take us out?
Yes. Once upon a time, you've been watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the show to get your NFL picks. We got some great cappers on. Keep watching. We'll be right back after these sketches.
All right, gather around. I'm sure you're all aware that the Chicago Bears just signed Justin Fields to a $500 million a year contract. That means we don't have enough money left to buy professional football players, so we're hiring you guys, civilians, at minimum wage. If you are here for the tryouts, please get in line over here to my right. Can you guys believe we're the first ones in line? Anybody else auditioning to be a wide receiver?
Running back. Defensive back.
Yes, can you believe we actually get to play in an NFL game?
Ever since they started giving quarterbacks 95% of salary cap, they started giving guys like us a chance.
Yeah, these teams are only paying for a quarterback, a guy who kicks and punts, and a long snapper, and then everybody else is just off the streets.
Have you guys gotten to a game yet?
Nope, this is my first time. You?
Yeah, I got to be a receiver for the Bucs in week 3.
Whoa, you got to play with a goat? How cool is that?
Honestly, not that great. You know he's 52, right?
Yeah, but still, did you catch any balls?
Yeah, almost. I mean, I was open one time about 15 yards down the field, but he couldn't get it to me. Ah!
Hey, you guys been working out a lot to get ready?
Oh, hell yeah. Cone drill, Oklahoma drill. You?
Yeah, hammer drills, right angle drills, dribble Taylor, you know, all the drills. No biggie.
How about the weight room? You're not skipping leg day, are you?
Are you kidding me? I live in the weight room.
What a beautiful morning.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg's here? I'm never gonna make the team.
He knows he's only getting paid minimum wage, right?
Hello?
All right, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming to our annual Christmas party.
Party!
About to get it turned up to 11 in here. And Santa's coming, hopefully soon. Can tell him your deepest, darkest Christmas wish.
All I want for Christmas is for my husband to stop being such a cheating slob.
Right?
Here he is, everyone, man of the hour, Santa Claus.
Hey, what's up, boys and girls? Hey, Merry Christmas.
Wait, hold up a second. Who are you?
Isn't it obvious? I'm the Grunch.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I requested Santa Claus.
Well, here's the thing. I loaned out my Santa suit to Chunt Tabor, and he got hit by a bus, so now there's just this big tire mark in the middle, so this is the next best thing. The Grunch.
Okay, don't you mean the Grinch?
Okay, all right. For legal reasons, I am the Grunch.
What are you talking about, legal reasons?
Shut your face, okay? All right, I'm not getting sued again.
Okay, no, but I'm saying that he's like
Shut your face. Anybody got a light? Thanks.
Wait,
Santa.
who's she?
Cindy Woohoo.
Okay, you mean Cindy Lou Who?
No, that's Cindy Woohoo. You know, give her 30 seconds, she'll make you go woohoo, like in The Sims.
Okay.
It's Cindy, S-I-N, like sin.
Yeah, I can spell.
Oh, can
Thank
you? Look, Tex, why don't you just step aside and Let me and Sin do our thing.
Okay, I don't know if I should let you.
You got problems with Christmas spirit or something like that? You a humbug?
I have no idea, dude.
You know what? I bet what's gonna happen to you. I bet 3 ghosts are gonna come to you and show you your Christmas past, present, and future.
Okay, I am not getting Christmas caroled. Okay.
I drove all the way here from San Dimas. Do you know how long of a drive that is?
Like 30 minutes? I don't know.
At least 45 minutes.
Okay, what is that?
That's Mux. Tell you what, that girl's gonna make something grow 3 sizes too big.
That is incredibly inappropriate.
Is this like a chrysanthemum?
It's a peony, you idiot.
I took a botany class in community college. Like they teach you all about like flowers and like plants and stuff like that.
You're telling me you went to
college?
college?
Yeah, I went to community college. How do you know? What, are you God? You know what's gonna happen? The only person who knows is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Okay, it is our company Christmas party. We've hired your company every year, and Santa has been here every year. This is unacceptable.
No, sorry. But you signed the waiver. Legally, we could be here for 2 hours, so step aside. Got work to do.
Hey, you, come sit on Grunch's lap.
Come on, Al. Sit on old Grunchy's lap. What are you doing for Christmas, little boy?
Well, I'd really like the Broncos to replace Drew Lock as their quarterback.
Well, best I can get you is Russell Wilson.
Next.
Now what do you want for Christmas?
I just really hope the Rams can repeat.
Yeah, sure. 2011.
Not that year.
All right, I'm going on break. If everybody wants to join me for a 3 for $10 and a pint at Chili's, you're more than welcome to. It's a hell of a deal. City's gonna stay back. She'll do just about anything for $50, so.
All right, boys, line up.
Well, that's certainly a character. You're still watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas with me, Rocky Foré, and the Steamroller. We got Mason Folz here and David Delano. We're talking about a couple more games. These are the Sunday games. I know you were thinking, wow, when are the games going to happen on Sunday? I'm Kevin O'Connell. I don't know how the schedule works. Well, here you have some Sunday games.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Hopefully these won't all be big lumps of coal, but we'll see. Start off with the Dolphins and the Packers. Dolphins 3.5-point home favorites. 49.5 is the number. You know, I saw some disturbing quarterback play last night by Aaron Rodgers. He had overthrown some guys and underthrew some guys. He just doesn't look like himself. I think this is a Dolphins team that really needs to get it going, and I think they're going to do it. Give me the Dolphins minus the 3.5 here against the Packers.
I agree completely, Steehn. I like the Dolphins as well. As I see them covering this spread, I think Tua is going to continue to get the ball to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and the Packers just aren't going to be able to slow them down. So I'm going to take the Dolphins and lay the points.
I disagree with you guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and back the Packers on the short week here. I think that they've got some momentum going for them. And an interesting take that I heard this morning, which I agree with, it's not as much of a house advantage right now for the Dolphins right now in December. With all this bad weather going on, Packers are probably happy to be in Miami at this time of the year. I understand you said, Aaron Rodgers made some bad throws, but that Miami weather is definitely going to help those old bones. So I think that the Packers know they have to win out. This is a must win for them. Dolphins coming off of a tough emotional loss. I like the Packers to cover this one.
Look, if Christian Watson can't figure out that this means turn around and catch the ball, then how is he going to catch the ball? I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? Turn around, catch the ball. We all know that, right? I'm not the only one. Dolphins, easily. Because, once again, it's not that hard, Christian. Idiot.
All right. Very good. All right. Broncos, Rams. Broncos, road favorites of 2 points. 36.5 is the number on this one. We'll have to pay attention to see what's going on with Russ, if he's going to play or not. But honestly, does it really matter at this point? I'm not sure that it does. I don't think either one of these quarterbacks are outstanding. I'm just stalling here just a minute and looking up to date information on Russell. He is currently questionable. We'll see how that goes. But this Denver defense is still, we talk about it every week, they're still playing outstanding football. And you don't have to be playing outstanding defense to stop the Rams, but they'll do it anyway. I'll take the under 36.5 here.
Yeah, I'd go with the under here as well, Steen. But if I had to pick a side, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I do like the Broncos in this game. Hoping for a little Christmas present myself. The Broncos could get another win. That'd be awesome. But I think with Wilson being questionable, he was practicing at the end of last week and was cleared, but the organization said, we're going to hold you out for this week just to be safe. He's probably going to get the start this week, and I think the Broncos are going to continue to run the ball well and score enough points to cover that spread.
All right, so Mason, you like the Broncos. So I got to ask you, heads or tails?
Tails.
It's heads. I'm going with the Rams.
I don't blame that prediction at all. That's the best way to do it with them right now. I just don't like Baker. I can't back Baker.
I don't trust Baker either. I was going to pick the Broncos, but the coin said the Rams. So I trust the coin more than myself on this one.
I trust the coin too. I might have to do the same after the show.
Trust the coin more than Baker.
It's going to be Christmas Day. It's going to be a wonderful game for the Broncos. This game is going to end with Sean McVay standing on a bridge, contemplating whether or not to jump in and seeing his past life of winning a Super Bowl, paying off the refs to get to another one. And then he's going to remember what it's like to coach a good football team, come back next year, ready to play again. But he's still going to have to endure that jumping into the water to save an angel named Brett Rippon. So it's got to be the Broncos.
Okay, very good. All right, and we're closing in on the last Christmas game. Ho, ho, ho. It's the Buccaneers, 6.5-point road favorites over the Cardinals. 41 is the number. Arizona is a terrible, terrible football team right now. And now, not only are they without Kyler Murray, they may be without Colt McCoy, as he's currently in concussion protocol. Keep an eye on that. They've also got injury questions at their top three cornerback spots. I just don't see it. I hate laying points on the road with the Buccaneers, but I think this Cardinals team has absolutely given up on the season. They've given up on Cliff. They're just playing out the string. Give me the Bucs minus 6.5.
Yep, I'm going to have to take the Bucs minus 6.5 as well. I've been taking them all year, and they continue to burn me, but hey, why not try it again one more time? As I'm going to put all my faith in Tom Brady. He's actually thrown the ball pretty well this last week, getting the ball to Godwin and Evans. I see him being able to consistently do that against this Cardinals secondary, and I don't see Arizona's offense scoring enough points to cover this spread.
I'm going to take a simple approach on this one, guys. One thing about Tampa Bay, they've had so many good spots that it's looked like a spot for them to turn around. They're the worst team in the NFL against the spread this season, 3-10-1 against the spread after covering their first two. It looks like the Bucs should cover this game, but something about the Bucs, I just can't lay points on them. Maybe a stay away, but I'll back the Cardinals. Don't love the Cardinals, but I just can't trust Tampa Bay right now. I just can't do it.
David, you still got that coin ready?
Yes. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Who's heads?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, it's heads.
It's going to be a shame to watch Tom Brady in his last game as a professional quarterback, and it's going to be even worse when the Cardinals beat them by 35. You had to do heads, David. You had to do heads.
So one side was the Cardinals winning by 35, and the other side was
Tom Brady
what?
playing in his last game because that turf is going to kill him. And then the other side was the Bucs win by 7.
But they had grass in Arizona. I thought they rolled it. They had the whole roll it out, roll it back in thing.
I think they do, but that stadium is historically killed many people.
Really? Killed
Yeah.
people? I did not know that.
Killed people.
Blown up some knees?
Yeah. Kyler Murray, for one, blew up his knee.
That's true. That's true.
Cam Chancellor. That was his last game.
Yeah.
The Seahawks getting 2 Super Bowls in a row.
All right. Let's take a look at Monday night. Finally, Christmas is over. This game looks like it deserves some leftovers as well. Going to be the Chargers, 4-point road favorites against the Colts. 46.5 is the total. You know, guys, it's the triple whammy for me. This is a shell-shock team in the Colts. They have nothing to play for. And now their best player is done for the season in Jonathan Taylor. Chargers defense, well, I guess the best you can say about them is they've managed not to look like a dumpster fire for the last 2 weeks. I think they should be able to pull that off again against this depleted Colts squad. The Chargers, short price there, -4.
Yeah, Scott, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet as I'm taking the Chargers -4 as well. My one note says, don't trust Jeff Saturday. So I'm not trusting him anymore and taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm going to back the Chargers in this one. I know that a lot of times, sometimes I've got comments about live betting. Obviously, on a video, we don't know how the game's going to play out. We can't really talk about live betting. But I think that this might be a good one to see if the Chargers get off to a slow start. And maybe if you could get the Chargers around money line or, +3 or something like that. If my math is correct, in the last 2 games, the Colts have been outscored 72-9 in the second half. I think that's coaching, that's adjustments. They may hang for the first half, but I think in the second half, the Chargers are going to pull away and get this one. Pick for this video, I'm going to go with the Chargers to cover and get it done. As we're working on the card for this week, if you want to know what I'm officially on and check out my top play for this NFL Sunday, go ahead and check out the premium pick section at Winners and Winers. I'm on a 13-3 best bet run, including hitting on my NFL best bet this past Sunday. And I know we're talking about football. The lines are really sharp, but if you're looking at college basketball as well, doing a lot of work on these obscure games for you so you don't have to. I don't think there's anybody hotter in the world than me right now in college basketball, on 11-1 run in college basketball. So we're doing more than just football. Also right now on a 14-5 best bet run in college football. So NFL, college football, college basketball. Go ahead and check on my premium picks and best bets because we've been on fire.
When you said that the Colts were missing their best player, I thought you were talking about Matt Ryan, because he's definitely not starting this week. It's going to be Nick Folz. And must we forget Nick Folz, hero to many of Philadelphia, Super Bowl champion. He's going to will these Colts to scoring a touchdown in the fourth quarter and beat the Chargers. I want the Colts money line on Boxing Day.
Very good. And for the premium plays, he does best 2 out of 3 coin flips. So that's how you know they're good. I'm kidding. He's been hotter than hell.
The only thing that's hotter in college basketball than David right now is the UConn men's team.
All right, guys. Well, that's your holiday edition of Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show in the world. That's in the can. We appreciate you guys stopping by to see us. Sorry I was a bit under the weather. Promise I'll be better next week. Knock on wood. And we'll be back next week and do it all again. Until then, don't forget to check out these guys. Mason, where can we find you?
You can find me on the main Winners and Winers website. I'm writing articles every day. You can also find me on the Winners and Winers YouTube channel. So I'm putting out free picks daily. And then if you head over to the Winners and Winers main Twitter page, you can find my account there at Mason Folz. Give us both a follow, and you can keep looking for our free parlays and solid picks.
Okay, very good. Very good. And David, I know you have been smoking hot. Where can we find you and your picks?
Well, if the Browns find a way to lose this game to New Orleans this weekend, you may be able to find me at a bar near you. But when I'm not there, you can find me on the Winners and Winers premium pick section. And also, if you're looking for free content, I've got a ton of articles up there as well for all sports. You can check out the free articles there and on YouTube each day. And also, if you want to send me a message or follow, find me on Twitter at GetSportsStrong.
All right, very good. Rocky, where can we find you? Out loitering somewhere?
Close. You can find me on Twitter at Rocky Foré. And unlike you, Steehn, I will be over the weather this week. I will be in Tibet at the base camp in Everest, trying to summit without any oxygen tanks.
Well, that should go well for you, Rock. We'll miss you. We'll miss you for the rest of the season. So
it's a real high.
Fair enough. All right. You guys have a great week. As always, thanks very much for joining us. You can catch me over on Twitter at Steamroller. You can catch me doing my daily videos on the Winners and Wonders YouTube page. And most importantly, you can catch me here next week as Rocky and I do it once again as we bring you some fun and hopefully some great information as we do our picks on our show, Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show in the world. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We'll see you.
I'm sitting here in my cave talking to Cindy Woo about the holiday. Ooh, Billy, she's trying to invite me to make me a better person. 2, 3, 4. This is your verse. This is your verse. Remember, like.
I don't sing.
Yeah. Well, if she would sing, it'd be.
Grudge is sitting here in his cave, and I'm trying to make him a better person, to bring him back to Woohooville.